name is Kafewo Eunice Alfred, a teacher from Nigerian Korean Modern School, Primary School Session. I'm here to present a topic titled Teaching Methods in Classroom Teaching. Teaching methods in classroom teaching. Now, by way of introduction, the concept of tabula rasa by Aristotle explained that every learner is essentially a clean sheet. They start off by shaping and emotion, and since the time of the ancient philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, there are these problems of the kind of teaching that is best possible for the children, and this brings to mind of parents. How should we educate our children? What method should we use? What methods are best? What purpose will such method serve? And which method should we use in specific situation? This brings about the justification of these methods, which has to do with understand the different types of teaching methods and then choose the best suitable method for classroom teaching. Now, the scope of the teaching methods in classroom teaching, I break them into 5 methods, which are lecture method, demonstration method, dramatization method, project-based method, and discussion method. To start with, what is teaching method? What is teaching method? Teaching method comprises of method and principle used by a teacher to impart learning into the learners. And for a particular method to be appropriate and suitable, it has to have a relation with the characteristics of the learners, the type of learning, and the particular method that the learning should take into account, which has to do with the nature of the subject and how the learners learn. Thereafter, the teaching methods is also, I classify them under 4 broad methods. The first method is teacher-centered method, learner-centered method, high technological method, and low technology method. Now, teacher-centered method. This approach is where the learner is centered, the teaching is centered on teacher approach. The teacher passes the information or the facts down to the pupils or to the learners. The teacher is the authority, is the figure of the information down to the learners. Here, the learner are passive listener. They are not participating. They listen to everything or every fact and information that the teacher, which is the instructors, is passing down to the learner. They cannot participate in the lesson or ask questions since they are passive learners in teacher-centered method classification. Now, the learner-centered method. In this approach, learners are the center of the learning. Here, in this method, the information is evenly distributed between the teacher and the learners. Knowledge in this method is evaluated through projects, school projects, different type of assessments such as discussion. And in learner-centered method, the learner understands the subject better because they are actively involved. The information is evenly distributed between the learner and the teacher. They are collectively involved in the learning process. Now we have the low technology method. In this approach, the teaching and learning is more or less a traditional method, whereby instead of using the evolving technology and innovation to write or to take notes, learners are involved in writing notes. They write notes with their hands, and everything written, because written with using your hands have a lot of understanding in your mind. So this helps in retaining the knowledge acquired in low technology method, because learners are using their handwriting and then which help them to memorize the information. In this low technology method, learners develop better writing and spelling skills through this method of teaching, which is a low technology method. Now we have high technology method. In this method, the learner use the latest technology ranging from projector and personal computer, which encourage learner to have research, to do research of the topic, and the learning also help them to go wide in order to get the distant information that the topic is all about. However, this method can be a source of distraction too for learner, and it reduces interpersonal to personal study, because a learner all alone with a laptop or computer or projector, or is only one source for information. So this reduces interpersonal relationship between the learner and the teachers. Now, back to the topics we are to discuss, that is teaching methods in particular. I have with me here lecture method. Lecture method is one of the oldest method of teaching, where teacher tell the learners his plan, facts, why the learner just take notes. That is lecture method. The teacher only pass information to the learners. The learners are sitting down writing notes as the teacher deliver the lesson or the information. In this method, it is very, very economical because it covers the wide range of learning. And not only that, it is the lecture here is also provide a summary of what the learner needs to learn, because it is the teacher that deliver the lesson all alone. The learners are passive, they are not involved. Here you can deliver a substantial information to a large number of students at a period of time without wasting time. Here, the learner have a uniform learning, because whatever they are learning is coming straight from a one source, and she delivered the lesson all alone. And not only that, it does not afford teacher ability to receive feedback, because it's the only source of learning. And also, it is difficult to discover individual differences, because the teacher does all the learning. Secondly, discussion method. The discussion method is a method that involved both the children, the pupils, and also the teacher. Here, children can be divided into groups, and each group opinion is welcomed by the teacher. In this lecture method, in discussion method, it gives room for active participation of the learner in the topics that is being discussed among the learners. And not only that, it also involves them bringing out their own idea through verbal discussion, because each group has to come out and make presentation of their finding over a topics that is given to them by the teacher. So discussion method is very effective because it allows learner to be involved in the learning activities. Here in discussion method, it also helped to analyze and evaluate every point that is made by the groups. Each person in any groups, in each of the groups, they bring out their ideas and they participate on how to analyze of any point that each person is able to bring out. However, it's a suitable method. It is not a suitable method for a large group of learners. In a class we are having over 150 and thereabout, the discussion method is not really appropriate. But particularly in subject like mathematics, we also have demonstration method. The demonstration method of teaching involves the learners having the use of real examples or experiments that allow learner to personally evaluate to the presented information. In demonstration method, it provides connection between facts and real-world application of those facts, because the learner have access to the example of the topic to which he is to learn through visual evidence, thereby raising and reinforcing interest and memory retention of the learner. This is possible because the learner have access to the topics through the experiment that is displayed for them to have understanding of whatever they are learning. And this topic is very appropriate and effective in subjects like mathematics, arts, and sciences. That's the demonstration method. Also, I have a project-based learning method. This project learning-based method involves the learner gaining knowledge and skills by doing for an expanded period of time, because the method allowed them to have investigation and respond to a complex challenges, which enable them to go at times a whole week or a term to be able to investigate the the topics and do research and receive a concrete solution to the topics. So project-based learning method involve the children or the pupils participating through investigation, through fixing the world challenge around them, and which enable them to be able to come out as a real instructor of the topic, because they are involved in getting the finding and also come out with possible solution that enable them retain the memory for life. This method is capable to meet the challenge and prepare the learner to solve real world problems by integrating knowing and doing, because they are personally involved in finding the facts of the topics given to them by the learner, by the teachers. The method also helps the learner to develop deep content knowledge as well as critical thinking, creativity, and communication skills. That is project-based learning method. It enables them to develop critical thinking, because whatever facts they are getting in project work, we allow them to think either this is relevant to the world I am or the topic I have been given to present or to answer. And not only that, a prepared learner for academic, personal, and career success, preparing their mind, to face the challenges of their real world and the world in which they inherit. Every teacher is preparing a future leaders, and preparing a future leaders will make will enable the teacher, give them the project that will allow them to go far out of their environment. At times, the searching of knowledge made them to leave the environment to another environment just to get the facts that is needed, and that expose them to various challenges that will enable them to become a real leader of tomorrow through critical thinking, creativity, and participating in other activities that enable them to know somebody else in the same system. Not only that, it also helps the teacher and learner to track their progress and give room for involvement of technology. In project-based teaching method, it enables the learner to it enables the teacher to receive feedback of his progress and how to adopt another system to enable them have a better standing in their own future. And major subject that project-based learning is appropriate for are arts and sciences. Finally, I have dramatization method. An old Native American proverb said, tell me, I will forget. Show me, I may not remember. Involve me, I will remember. That is, tell me and I will forget. Show me, I may not remember. But involve me, I will understand. This method uses the imagination of becoming someone or something else other than oneself. That is dramatization method. You are acting a topic in drama, representing the real topics to be that is being taught by someone else. It means creating a fictional world where the teacher and learner assume a role to exploit that are concerned to them. They are exploiting the role that are concerned them, real role of the main topic. Both the teacher and learner are involved in dramatization method, and in dramatization method, learning is retained because it is a full of fun in the course of participation by the learners. And not only that, it provides the teacher with insights to the richness of the imagination. You are imagining this topic, it's real you. Meanwhile, it is not you. And at the end of it all, you are able to retain a memory that will never get out of you for life. What other thing again? In dramatization, level of critical thinking, communication and interpersonal skills of learner are enhanced. The pupils involved think, critically on what they are doing. And not only that, it improves their communication skills because they interact with one another to evaluate and expatiate the topics to which they are attending. And the essence of this is to involve the learner to understand the concept better and not to become the authors per se. Now, what are the benefits of using lecture method, discussion method, dramatization method, project-based method, and discussion method? What are the benefits to us as Nigerian Korea Model School teachers? What are the methods? Using this method, there are things we stand to gain. Number one, it encourages contact between learner and the school. Through how? Knowing their name. The moment you adopt a method of dramatization, lecture method, or discussion method, the schools will have a direct contact between the learner and the teacher. Then it will be easy for a teacher to identify the names of our pupils or our students within a couple of time. And not only knowing their name, it helps them with problems in their extracurricular activities. Since they participate in group discussion, in discussion method, which is a method that allows teacher to group the students into different segments of numbers, it will enable them to interact very well, and also finding themselves in extracurricular activities, it will be easier for one another to participate and be free with each other. And not only that, it's also encourage them to present their view and participate in class discussion. On their own, they will sit down and discuss better academics matters that enhance their growth and development in their academic pursuing or careers. What other benefit again do we stand to gain as Nigerian Korean Model School using the methods mentioned so far? It encourages group work, so project presentation. It encourages them on their own to sit down and come out with the topics that they will discuss among themselves and improve their learning abilities, because they have once involved in project-based work. So it is easy for them now to come out to each other, bring out a topics that is more or less difficult for one person to understand. When 2-3 of them come together to have the discussion of the topics, it have better understanding. And not only that, it develops cooperation among them. On their own, they will cooperate. They will see themselves as one family. They will see themselves as people that have come for a singular purpose, which will increase their learning activities. And not only that, it encourages learners to participate in group when preparing for exams. After the learning system in any school setting, they prepare for exams. During the time of exams, it will enable them to come together and revise and make revision among themselves, because they have been involved in project work before now. And even when an ordinary assignment is given to them at classroom setting, they will come together and also iron it and arrived at answered without involved outsider or another group of people to help them in the learning activities. As Nigerian Korean Modern School, what do we stand to gain? Using the method, it encourages active learning by asking learner to relate what they have learned to something in real life. For example, we'll talk about dramatization. When a child dramatizes on sales, selling of items, and collect change, after the end of this day, they can get back home and their parent will give them 15 naira. Please buy Maggi 10 naira from me from this 15 naira. Because they are involved in dramatizing sales of fruits in the class, it will enable the child get 10 naira Maggi and return 40 naira to the mother, because he has involved in dramatization in the class of a sales of fruits. So it enables them to relate what they have learned to their real world life, and also it gives room for prompt feedback of the learner performance. So in using the concept of project-based method, it enables the teacher to know that my pupils or my students are learning fast, and thereafter let me use this type of other methods to teach again in order to assess their learning ability in the class. And not only that, there's the learner are expected to complete the assignment within a given period. So it enables them to work at a prompt time. That is, it enables them to work promptly because they have been given a task with a limited time that have been complied with. And not only that, what we stand to gain as Nigerian Korean modern teacher, as Nigerian Korean modern school teacher, what other thing again do we stand to gain? Encourage learners to work hard in class and do their best instead of focusing on grade. Instead of focusing on grade, because everybody believes that my working hard will enable me to have a better a result. So nobody is working on receiving, I'm taking first position, I'm working to take second position, I'm working to take third position. Will not be in demand of the learner while they are learning. What everybody is targeting is having a better grade and not struggling for positions. Finally, it also encourages learners to speak up when they do not understand. It enables them to come back and say, Ma, sir, this topic I do not understand. Then the teacher will be able to assist on how the learner, how the topic can be revisited. In conclusion now, an effective teaching method to some large extent depending on the teacher, the learner, and the subject matter. Therefore, teacher should adopt any method that will improve learning among the learners while applying the principle of teaching and effective learning. In recommendation, I recommended that Nigerian Korea Modern School should adopt a combination of discourse teaching methods in order to make learning or lesson unique and more interesting, to minimize boredom that often found among the learner. I also recommended that teachers of Nigerian Korean Modern School should exploit more method of teaching, studying their learners' abilities, interests, and mode of reacting to questions in order to bring about the best that will enhance learning and teaching methods in classroom teaching. Thank you.